Here we are. Here we are. What up, Buck? That's you, isn't it? Um. Alright. I forgot how much. What is this? Encore for 500,000? Purchase to unlock the Five Finger Death Punch challenge. And an opportunity to select another Five Finger Death Punch 2D commander. Plus an additional discount of both of the Five Finger Death Punch tanks. Interesting. So I finished it, and now I have a what? What even is that? 7%. I have a 7% discount on the tanks. And I could spend 500,000 silver to get the challenge back to do it again. Odd. Very odd. Okay, okay. Wait a minute. 3 days? Oh, that's Valk. Why did... Look what it... Why did it do that? I have to hover over it for it to say Valk. That's very weird. Okay. It is storming outside, and holy shit, I don't know if you heard that, but that was loud thunder. I always forget no music on YouTube, and I kinda don't like it. But that means it's a short stream today, probably 2 hours instead of the full 3. But, wait, so... If I go to Watt Console, news, when are we? That's right. Okay. There's new stuff today that I didn't look at yet. So let's do that now. Armor Assault Tournament registration now open. Do you and your team have what it takes to dominate the battlefield? Can you survive against the best competitive teams from across Europe and North America? Then prepare for Armor Assault, our final tournament of the year. Over the course of 7 action-packed weeks, team will battle through the preliminary stage before being divided into 2 competitive divisions. From there, every team will have another opportunity to fight for rewards, prove their skill, and finish the year on a high. So it looks like there's some exclusive skins to this. Okay. Teams will play 2 matches every weekend, giving everyone multiple opportunities to earn victories and improve their position in the rankings. At the end of the preliminary stage, all participating players will receive 2,000 regiment coins, 3 days of premium, 2 participation emblems, and 1 participation camouflage. Teams will then be divided into 2 divisions based on their Swiss stage performance, with 450,000 gold up for grabs. How is that divvied up? The highest ranked teams will advance to the upper division, where they will compete for the tournament's largest split of the gold. The remaining teams will enter the lower division, where they can continue competing for their own set of rewards. Both divisions will conclude with a single elimination stage, so every match will matter. 1 defeat could bring your tournament run to an end. What's changed? Several things. Okay. Mixed regiment teams player are no longer required to be on the same regiment. Substitutions. That's neat. That's neat. Why aren't they showing off? I wanted to see the skins and stuff. I'm obviously not going to do this. I don't give a shit. But I like this. I like this red, like, digital camo skin. This one's kind of mid. That looks like the same one back there. That one's neat. That one's neat. Okay, anyway, this is the more important thing. Do we have statistics? Oh no, we have statistics. Oh boy. The Swiss Tech Tree chronicles the evolution of Switzerland's armored forces. Okay. Loud AF. I'm loud, or the thunder was? You heard the thunder? Early vehicles emphasize mobility and reconnaissance, while later vehicles offer increasingly powerful guns, excellent gun handling, and strong gun depression. At tiers 7 through 9? Gain access to secondary autocannons before culminating in the Tier 10 Panzer 74, an advanced prototype that embodies the pinnacle of Swiss tank development. Oh, man. This is boring. No, don't care about Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4. I do want to kind of look at the Tier 4. 75mm gun with 180 millimeters of penetration? This is Tier 4, isn't it? Tier 4! And it's not a tank destroyer, is it? It's a medium. What? That's more than the Ram 2! And this is a Tier 5! 180 millimeters of penetration! What the fuck? 330 view range, that's the same. 580 hit points. Okay. That's pretty insane. Can't lie. 6 degrees of gun depression. Not the same as the Ram 2. So, less gun depression somehow. Damage per minute is 1200. 3.7 seconds reload. Yeah, that's... So they give you pen, but they don't give you DPM. I mean, it is Tier 4. I'm looking at a Tier 5 tank, but this is Tier 4. A Tier 4 with 180 millimeters of penetration. Okay, light tank. I figured you were going to have less pen in the light tank. 6 degrees of gun depression. Intra clip is 3 seconds. 4 in the clip. 4 in the clip at Tier 5 is pretty good for 110, so that's 440 alpha or clip potential in 9 seconds. That's not bad, and its reload's only 11.3. Honestly, I think I'm gonna like the Tier 5. I think we'll like the Tier 5. So this is the 6. This doesn't get the secondary autocannons. The 6 is a 90mm. Hits for 240. Is it a 90? I mean, with 240, yeah. 90mm at Tier 6. A 90mm at Tier 6. Does that happen anywhere? Not on a medium tank. I mean, it happens on the, Does it happen on the M6? Yeah, the M6 gets a 90mm. So, 160, 243... 154, 198. So it's not a very good 90mm. It is on a medium tank. 10 degrees, that's cool. 8.3 second reload for 1800, not even 1800 DPM. Okay, the Tier 6 might be mid. Mid as hell. Okay, Tier 7 gets the autocannon. Secondary, let's look at that first. Accuracy of 0.4, reload time of 20. 240 rounds, but only 30 in the clip, and it does 11 damage with 51 penetration. So 30 in the clip, that's... I mean... It is extra damage. So, that's whatever. It's only a 180mm? Or 180 damage? On the main gun? Did I read that right? It is. Damage 180. So what caliber is this? Oh no. What does 180 at Tier 7? Oh fuck, dude. Not even a 77mm. What up, Tubby? How are you? Bro, I don't know how to feel about this. It's not looking good, I'll tell you that. We're slowly going through it, and it is not looking good. So, I really hope they didn't butcher this tank, because if, I mean, it also looks like a 90 mil, doesn't it? If this 90 mil does 180 because they're like, oh, you have a secondary weapon, and people complain about secondary weapons being, you know, secondary autocannons being good. Like, oh man, I don't know. And then you only have 1500 DPM as a tier 7. The DPM gets worse the further you go. You had DPM there, a bad DPM. Here's an autoloader, so it's hard to compare, but like, shit, man. This is looking mediocre, and I don't like that. Okay, tier 8. This is where it's going to start mattering. 2000 DPM, 300 damage. So it is a 90 mil. It has that annoying bulge in the middle. I don't like that. Doesn't look good on a Mutz. And obviously the best comparison we should be comparing this to is the Mutz. I like the Mutz not having a bulge. So the Mutz has 2200 DPM, 212 and 259, 0.34 accuracy, 0.32 on the Mutz. So it is going to be a worse Mutz, but you have that 330 autocannon clip to basically add another you know, shot of your alpha damage into a tank if you can pen with 51 millimeters of penetration in 3 seconds. So you could definitely mag dump between shots. APCR flies at 1250. That's the same as well. So you can mag dump your autocannon between shots, which is only going to help you against other lightly armored mediums or light tanks or arty or the back of heavies or shit like that. 51 millimeters of penetration. 18.8 second reload renders it basically useless in a fight after the first dump. And it's only 330. So you only get one extra, like, mag dump against lightly armored vehicles for that suffering of DPM and penetration, or not penetration, but of accuracy and DPM versus a Mutz. Oops. Just closed it out. I'm doing alright, Tubby. Here's the thing, though, about this, Tubby. At tiers 7 through 9, gain access to secondary autocannons. The tier 10 doesn't. So, it doesn't look like these have any, like, special gimmick to them, which some people will be happy with, but to me, they're kind of boring, and they look bad. They don't look bad, but they look mid. The tier 7 looks terrible. I'll be honest. The tier 7... looks pretty bad. That DPM... This is the 6. The tier 7 looks bad. 180 alpha damage, and you have the same secondary as the tier 8, which arguably is going to be more beneficial to you in a tier 7 lobby with 51 millimeters of penetration. You don't even gain penetration on the tier 8. You stay at 51. It's basically the same gun. Do you gain reload, though? Yes. You reload quicker. At the tier 8. That's it. So let's move on to the tier 9 and see, does it say anything here about the caliber? No. What the tier 9 is. It's a 105 with 390 alpha damage, okay, with only 2000 DPM on a tier 9 medium tank. 2000 DPM. Fucking yikes. Let's also look at, that's 420 now. Let's look at the E50. Yeah, this isn't looking very good. 2200. Yeah, so 2000 DPM, 2100, we'll call it 2100. You get 268 and 301. Which, I mean, that's good. The penetration's good. The shell speeds are great. That's good shell speeds. You get 10 degrees of gun depression on the 9, but you don't have armor. Definitely don't have armor. 10 degrees of gun depression. It does give 410 meters view range. I'll take that. And again, the autocannon, you only get a reload buff compared to the previous vehicles. It's still a... It doesn't even tell you your intro clip anymore. Wait. No, they just don't tell you clip size or intro clip on this one. No way it's a single shot for 11 damage with a 16.9 second reload, right? Like, no way it's that. 240 rounds. Where's the... So they just... I presume it still has 30 in the clip and a 0.1 second intro clip. Which, so the further in the line you go, the worse the autocannon gets because it's basically the same, just with a faster reload. There's the thunder again. Okay. Chad, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. And it looks like they are heavily fucking over your main cannon just because you have this autocannon secondary. They have the worst DPM values of their class and tier for their calibers of guns, it seems like. And again, the tier 7 has a 180 damage gun that looks to be a 90 mil. And this is the best version of the autocannon because you do 180 damage, but you do 330 with your autocannon with 51 millimeters of penetration. Tier 7 is going to be the best place to pen stuff. But you lack DPM on your main cannon. This has a 20-second reload, so you only get to use it once in a brawling fight before it renders itself basically useless. Then you go to the tier 8. The gun stays the same, but you get a faster reload. It's still not fast enough to make it viable after one clip. It still does more damage than your alpha damage, so on the 8 at least, it feels like, you know, you get 300 in. If you're able to pen with 51 damage, you get another 330 in, then you go back to your main gun and get another 300. So you get basically 3 rounds of damage off in, you know, less than 8 seconds, or whatever you can get your reload up to. So, like, there is that, like, kind of Russian double barrel feel that you could get, but again, it's limited to 51 millimeters of penetration, and then you have an 18.8 second reload on it. Then you go to tier 9, where that 51's really gonna struggle, and you do get a faster reload, but it still doesn't do anything, and at this point, you're now doing 390 damage, so it doesn't even feel like you're doing a whole nother round of damage between your shots. And then you only have 2,000 DPM. It really feels like they want you to use the secondary because your DPM's terrible. So it feels like they want these tanks to have burst damage like a Russian double barrel, but they don't give you the penetration to really do that. Like, if this had, you know, 90 millimeters of pen, I would say that this would be fine and viable. But 51? What am I penning? I can't even pen the side of some heavy tanks with 51 millimeters of pen. So, at least it has 410 meters view range. What did the tier 8 have? 400. Okay. The concealment. I mean, CS-53 is more concealed than that. I want to compare this to the Czechoslovakian tanks in concealment. So the concealment is way better. So at least that's good. It's even better than the TVP. So at least it's got concealment in that regard. It's definitely not going to be better than something like the UDES. Yeah, definitely not. But is it better than a Leopard? No. No. But at least its concealment's decent. It's not better than a CS-59. Or, yeah, 59. Or the 63. So, oh, that's... I don't know. I don't know about this. Again, I'm looking at the tier 9, though. Let me look at the tier 10. Okay, this is where it matters. This is where it matters. These tanks have autocannons that are useless and no armor. Look at that armor. The tier 10... Whoa. Whoa, baby. Two armaments were considered, the 105 and the 120. So which one does it have? Does it have two? I would hope it has both. 400 alpha damage. It probably has the 120 fully upgraded. It might have a 105 chat. It might. Stays at 410 meters view range. The detectability goes to 341, which is still worse than the CS63. But I don't think it was. Yeah, it gets to be decent. Like, that's good. That's good concealment. In fact, that might be 30B concealment. No, still not even 30B concealment. But I'm comparing that concealment to tanks that don't have a red face. So this red face is huge. If this tank can go hull down, and it has good concealment for it, like, that's good concealment. I mean, if you compare it to something like a Patton, Patton's not going to have that good concealment, and the Patton doesn't have as much armor as that, you know. And the Patton's concealment was buffed to actually be decent for its vehicle. Is this tank closer to, like, an Action X? Is that what I'm looking at? Yeah. So you got Action X concealment. Quite literally. Okay. They literally stole the Action X's concealment and knocked off 0.4 on it still. That's what it is. So you have Action X concealment and V range. So you're basically an Action X, but you do 400 alpha damage. You have no heat rounds. You have APDS rounds at 1350. So you're losing shell speed, by the way, because your APCR rounds on your tier 9 were 1400. You're losing shell speed on the 120. 10.5 second reload gives you 2200 DPM. This tank is immediately garbage. Chat, this tank is immediately garbage. $2,000 hit points, you go 60. You do have a 21 power to weight ratio, which is pretty good. Not even the Action X has an above 20 power to weight ratio. So you do move, and you do have a turret. So maybe what they're trying to do, maybe what they're making it seem like is this is a like you know, God, even the 430U has better concealment, brother, but it doesn't have 410 meters view range. What this tank looks like it might be is like if the 430U and the Action X had a baby, and you know, it doesn't. I mean, it has 10 degrees of gun depression. It depends how thick this armor is and how good it is, because it doesn't have a cupola or anything, despite visually maybe having two. They're not on there. So this might be a hull down monster if this is impenetrable. And if it's not, you have DPM akin to the 430U, but without 340 heat rounds. Instead, you have 326 APDS rounds, which 326 for a non-heat round's actually good. That's more than the 30B's heat round at 317. This is 326 APDS. Yeah. 0.36 base accuracy as well. The Action X has 0.3? When did this happen? Holy. So, I didn't realize we kept this STV-1 420 Alpha. I did not realize that. So, here's the thing, right? We still have tanks like we just looked at, the STV-1 420 Alpha, which has worse concealment. Shocking. But the same view range. Man. I'm torn. I have no clue. They talked about hydropneumatic suspension being an option. To suspension R. one with a torsion bar and one with or hydropneumatic suspension. How are you going to bring up hydropneumatic suspension and then not give this tank hydropneumatic suspension? I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't even have a 105 option either, if it's just the 120. And that's the thing. So, if this tank has a 105 that does 360 damage or something, kind of like the M5Y, and it gains DPM in that department, it would have to gain 600 to 700 DPM for it to be viable, especially if the penetration is going to go down. The accuracy better go up too if it's a 105. But holy man, I'm looking at this, and I am super worried that this tank is a nothing burger. I mean, no cupola and all red on the face does seem good. And let me look at the armor viewer in game real quick. But the thing is, the lowest this red could be, this dark red, this red is 190 to 230. That's this red. 190 to 230. This red can be 230 minimum. And let's be honest, I don't think it's that swept back. Visually, I can't tell. They don't give us really good angles to see. It might be still like easily pennable, especially close to the mantlet. Close to the mantlet for sure. Your heat rounds and whatnot. This tank might end up getting buffed. The turret will break apart under heat. I mean, I think so, because if this piece is 190 to 230, there's no way that this is anything bigger than 260, which I feel like it needs to be good at this angle, unless it was much more, because that's not a 45, right? Is it? I don't know. Looking this on this side, it's like, no, this looks like a 30-degree angle, but then looking there, maybe it looks like a 50-degree angle. I can't tell. It depends. But having no cupola is nice. This just means it's a premium, target. The lower plate looks abysmal. This looks pretty swept back. It looks like you'll have upper plate armor. This again, minimum 230 on the this beak part. But I don't think it's so surprising to me that they switched so many tanks around to be 420, and you bring a 120 millimeter brand new Swiss line, which has precedent for having a higher alpha damage than average on its cannons, because it has a 300 alpha 90 millimeter at tier 8, and you don't give it a 420 alpha 120 mil. Hell, this could have been just like the UDES and been 440 alpha 120 to add another one of those into the game. But as it stands, who's going to play this over an E6? Over, even the 120 millimeter patent, which has 420 V range, terrible camo, but it's got the DPM. It's got 3,000 DPM. Who's going to play this over a Centauro? When you look at an E6, you're like, I have 2150 HP, I have great V range, I have decent camo, I have good speed, I have good gun depression, and I have DPM and heat rounds. When you play the Centauro, you're like, I have a great turret, no cupola, I have good gun depression, I have good penetration, I have an autoloader that is better if I mag dump. It's an auto reloader. It's a reverse one. Right? And I got that thing in HP buff as well. You look at and that has 420 alpha as well, by the way, the Centauro. You look at this, doesn't it? Or did they change that? I can't remember if they changed it. Yeah, 420. Still 420. You look at this tank, and you go, okay, I have Action X, view range, and concealment. But what I don't have is the DPM of an Action X. My turret may not have a cupola, but like the Action X, I can get penned in my turret face. And I'm only doing 400 alpha damage while there's the E6 out there doing 420. While there's the Centauro out there doing 420. While there's 105 millimeters like the STB1 and the Leopard 1 and the 30B doing 420. Which, let's be clear, I don't think the STB1 should be doing 420. I don't think the 30B should be doing 420. If anything, I think the only 420 alpha 105s in the game should be the Leopard and the 4202. I think the 4202 should be 420. Damn, the 4202's got better camo than the Action X. At least in its still concealment. Not its moving. But, yeah, man. The 4202 barely has a cupola when it's using its gun depression as well. I don't think this tank's going to knock my socks off. It's going to feel very annoying because it's going to feel like a 430U without the alpha damage. You have 2300 DPM. HMO2 says, I'll be the dumb one to enjoy it. I usually like the trash tanks, Lamau. Oh, I promise you, so will I. This will be played by me a lot because of its uniqueness, being the only Swiss tier 10 in the game. And I will want to like it. But just like, I mean, we look at the tank I'm looking at right now, just like the Basante and my 3 mark on it, as much as I like using tanks that aren't good, I understand they're not good, right? Like, at the same time, you have to understand, Basante is not a good tank, and it did not get any of the love that the tech tree got. The Rhino, I don't think anybody can say the Rhino's a bad tank anymore. I would still love if, reload compensation came to the game, but the Rhino is a good tank now. The Basante got left behind. They didn't touch it. Still dog shit. And yet it's still one of my favorite tanks of the game. Don't ask me why. And I played it recently, and its gun handling is awful with steady aim being removed. Oh my god, it's awful. But I agree with you. I will probably be playing this tank a lot. But out of pure want to like the damn thing. You also only go 60. I mean, I shouldn't say only go 60. 60 is a very good top speed for a medium that looks like it has turret armor. But I mean, dude, the more I just look around, the more I'm like, I don't see where this fits in. You know what I mean? That's the problem. Is I don't see where this fits in and makes a name for itself. It feels like they were too afraid to do something with it. Because given that turret, maybe they were too afraid of giving it hydrodynamic suspension with 10 degrees base. You know, imagine this thing with 14 degrees of gun depression if its turret's really strong. But I don't think its turret's going to be more than 250 millimeters thick. My guess is it's 240 is my guess. And if it's 240, it's not that good. Yes, glancing shots on this area are going to bounce. But if they're aiming here, they're probably going to pen you, especially loading premium, especially loading heat. And then you don't have the DPM. You don't have the HP for trading like an E6 does with 2150 or an E50M does with 2100. I mean, yeah, it's only that's only 150 more, but you're a medium tank. 2150 is a lot. That puts you in a heavy tank range against like a VZ55 and a Rhino with 2200 and shit. So, like, this horsepower is doing a lot because it feels like it'll be very nimble and fast. This horsepower is doing a lot. The gun depression and the no cupola is doing a lot. But Action X camo, Action X view range isn't special. Like, that's one of the just most generic like tanks out there right now. It's not knocking my socks off. What's really blowing me away is the 2200 DPM on a 400 alpha 120. again, if this was a 440 Alpha 120, this DPM wouldn't confuse me, because I'd be like, they still haven't buffed the UDES. You know, if we look at the UDES in our game for some reason has a terrible DPM value that's actually better. This tank has worse DPM than the UDES. Barely, but it's worse DPM than the fucking UDES. Ay. But if you look on PC, man, I'm so jealous of the UDES on PC, because the PC UDES has 2800 DPM. 2800. The PC 430U has 2600. Meanwhile, on our game, they have 2250 to 2300. So they're missing a lot of DPM on these tanks, these 440 Alpha guns. And this is matching that, but at 400 Alpha damage. That's pretty bad. Oh, wow. And the UDES is 0.37. And this is 0.36. So that's pretty derpy. It's pretty derpy. And again, it's only 400 Alpha damage. It doesn't feel like it should have that kind of gun characteristics. Let me catch up with chat real quick, because I've been ranting. And I don't have it on the side here. What up, Nico Mobs? What else is coming except the Swiss tanks? Any balance changes? Balance changes happen every seasonal reset, every new season. So this season kind of just started, so you'll have to wait for the next season to see any more balance changes. Action X used to be a sniper medium, and now it's sort of just your... The Action X right now feels... The problem with the Action X is that it's not really a bad tank. It's just the buffs to the Patton, to me, made the Action X feel irrelevant. Because the buffs to the Patton's view range, or to its camo, and to its other characteristics that got buffed at the same time as the Action X, by the way. The Action X also got a camo buff. But the Action X got a... I can't remember, was it a 30? I can't remember who got the 30 and who got the 20, but one of them got 30 meters concealment, the other got 20 meters concealment. And it was very much needed on the Action X. And it did help it, but like its role is just consumed by the Patton, in my opinion, because the Patton is just so good. The Patton is just so damn good. And the Patton has 2925 DPM. The Action X has 2820. They both have the same alpha damage. The Action X, or the Patton, gets 420 V range, and its camo is not that much worse than the Action X. It also gets 2100 HP, whereas the Action X gets 2050, which I don't think this should even be a thing. But, like, the Action X isn't a bad tank, and when I play it, I don't mind it. It's not like it's doom and gloom and garbage, but, like, the Patton's just so much more versatile, especially with its hull armor. This thing's hull armor is atrocious. If you're not using your gun depression, you're fucked, whereas the Patton, like, you can be on a flat and fighting and get bounces occasionally. You know what I mean? So, I like the Action X personally, but the Patton's been overbuffed a few times. And what this feels like is this is going to have the same situation where it's like, just play a Patton. Or play the Centauro. Or the E6. Or, I mean, at this point, I would even recommend playing the 430U over this. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't, because this has the Ridgeline potential, whereas a 430U doesn't. But this tank just is coming in, and it doesn't feel like it's doing anything special. If it had hydropneumatic suspension, it would be competing with the spots of the STB1 and the UDES. The UDES being the most concealed medium in the game, but with the worst view range of any medium at tier 10. And then, funny enough, it would actually have worse DPM than the UDES too, with less alpha damage. But it would have the penetration over it. Because 270, by the way, is good. 270, but it's APCR. 270 APCR, 326 APDS. I don't know. I feel like this tank should have had hydrodynamic suspension, 420 alpha damage, and like 2600 DPM. And even then, 2600 DPM for 420 would have been bad. Because your other 420 alpha mediums have 3000. So actually, I would have, if this was 420, I would buff this thing to have 2700 DPM, honestly. But again, I'm saying all that while thinking that this face right here is 240. If this is 260 or higher, I might be eating my own words. But you're still gonna get Tank Destroyer penned in the face. But if this is 260 or higher, you might be able to fight against yourself and other mediums, and then you have no cupola on top. Which is why I doubt there's no way this is higher than 250. This has to be 240, maybe even 230, just on the line of the red. All right, let me go back to catching up. The roof. You're worried about the roof? That color does indicate that it could be 40 millimeters. Yeah. So true, 122s might be able to overmatch the roof. But when you're using 10 degrees of gun depression, you might not even be able to see the roof. Like, you might not even be able to hit it. But on a flat, if you're fighting this thing on a flat and you need to overmatch it, its side armor looks bad too if it's not 50. If this is 50, you know, which this has to be lower than 50. There's no way that's the green. That's blue. I'm looking at blue. If this is 50, which is the highest it can be at that color range, you can still overmatch this roof with, you know, 152s, 155s, and everything above that. But at that point, like, if I'm looking at this thing with a Death Star, I'll be just aiming here with 310 AP, you know? But my 310 AP can overmatch. Yeah, I love the Basante too. Hope the sides can at least side scrape against 120s. I agree. If the sides aren't 50 millimeters, that's going to be annoying. Watch them be 35. It's another copy-pasted nerfed chief. Nothing overly special. I don't think it's at all a copy-paste chieftain. Treat it like the 215B. No, because you don't side scrape with this. In terms of competitive, it has the potential to take the CS63's place since it doesn't need to go into speed mode and just go. Not at all. Not at all. I don't think people in comp would take this over the CS63. Because I don't think they run the same role. CS63 has way better concealment, doesn't have as much view range, but it's got 2600 DPM, which isn't good for 390, but it's better than 2200. It does only get 8 degrees of gun depression, it has no armor, but you might be onto something. I don't know. Just the role of the CS63 relies way more heavily on its camo and that 70 top speed than it does. But maybe you might be right. You might be onto something because of speed equipment being percentage based. And having 4 equipment slots, you might put speed equipment on and go even faster with this tank. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that's what I do, is run speed equipment on this with fuel, and I'd be going 66, right? Yeah, I'd be going 66 with good horsepower per ton, 21. I'm jealous of bond equipment. I'm not. The only thing I want from PC is the this specialty slot. That's the only thing I would want. I don't like the idea of the bond equipment and all that stuff, all that jazz. I don't think the soft stats really matter too much too on console. It really doesn't. At least not the way I've played the game. What tier 8 premium tanks do you think are worth getting or are fun? I love the Shpatuk. It's one of my favorite tanks in the game. It is my favorite tank in the game. So I think that's worth getting. Is it fun though? It depends on your playstyle. Fun tier 8s. Again, I mean, it's totally on playstyle. I don't know how you play, but like, the E65's Villing is fucking amazing. No matter who you are, that tank is just too fucking good. Really should be 240 alpha damage for a double barrel 88 mil. What else? I don't know. I like the Kari. The Grom is OP. If you don't have the Grom, people love the SFAC. The Dragon's always a good choice. I'm worried terrain resistance will be booty on this, honestly. Yeah, that's the only way they could really ruin that 21 horsepower per ton is bad terrain resistances. And what sucks is they nerfed off-road driving in October. I'm just disappointed that this tank has no mechanic to it. The tier 8 to 9 have these useless autocannons. And the 7, they tease us with hydropneumatic suspension, and they don't give it to us. What the fuck is that all about, bro? Oh. So don't side scrape is what you're saying. The big problem with that is it doesn't have an identity. Its identity is that it is the only Swiss tier 10 in the game. And that's not a good identity to have. Man, am I disappointed? I don't know if I should have just not looked at that and just played the tanks, but like, I have to, let me just reiterate that the tier 1, who cares? What does it even do? It does 40 damage with a 2-second reload. Cool. You go, tier 1. Tier 2, really cool, because it's a unique tank. It's not just a copy-paste like the rest of the low tiers. Same DPM, 50 damage, whatever. The tier 3, again, who cares? Low tier, you actually lose DPM on a 50 damage gun. That's kind of funny. You lose DPM going up a tier. The RAM here is very interesting in that it's 180 millimeters of penetration at tier 4. This isn't a tier 5 like the RAM 2 is, which this is the RAM Mark II, so that's kind of funny, I guess. This is a tier 4 with 180 millimeters of penetration on its premium rounds, which is more than the tier 5 RAM 2, by the way, by 5. But it's got less degrees of gun depression, which 6 is pretty bad for a tall tank. This is pretty tall for its tier. There's going to be a lot of short tanks, and whatnot. And your view range goes down, which is funny. But again, it's tier 4, who gives a shit? Tier 5 should be interesting. I think its gun looks pretty good. And 360 view range, tier 5 medium, or tier 5 light tank. Cool. I think I'll like the tier 5. Tier 6? Was this the one that was god-awful? Okay, so this is where it starts to piss me off. The tier 6 is a tier 6 with a 90 mil on a medium tank. Right? Which, now that I think about it, does the Boogie do that? The Boogie does that. And the Boogies get 1700. This gets more. So this is going to be like a Boogie without the HP of a Boogie. Or is it? Wait, 875. Yeah, no, without the HP of a Boogie. But the problem was with the Boogie, I'm pretty sure I used 300 Alpha 100 mil. Yeah. So it's not as unique as the Boogie, and not as fun as the Boogie. The Boogie's a sleeper fun tank. You want to play a fun tier 6 tank, chat? Get the Boogie with the 100 mil. 168 millimeters of pen is just fine for you at tier 6. You're doing 300 damage. You have, well, that's with the HE, but you have good DPM. But this is just a 90 mil at tier 6, which is interesting. It is interesting. I wanted to look at the 40 TP though. This does get a 90 mil as well, with less DPM. So the tier 6 looks to be decent. 10 degrees of gun depression. 370 meters view range. That's good. That's pretty good. So I like the look of the tier 7. But then or the tier 6, sorry. But then you move on to the tier 7, and it looks like the same caliber gun, and all of a sudden you're doing 180 alpha damage. And your DPM got worse. And this autocannon is, yeah, not worth the trade-off that you seemingly took from the tier 6 to the 7. And I don't know why it's like this. Like, we have... Is it... Wait a minute. Are these the only... Are these the first World War II secondary autocannons? Chat, am I wrong on that? Tier 3 got a big ass head? Yeah, it does. You down to tune or you playing solo? I'm down to tune. Tech Tree Ram, that's interesting. I was gonna say I get big Boogie vibes. The Boogie's great. What, Carnave? What? What was I asking? So is this the first World War II tech tree with autocannon secondaries? Not even tech tree. I'm not even asking tech tree. This is the first World War II tanks with autocannon secondaries, isn't it? And again, I'm specifying autocannon secondaries because we have autocannons like the Squall and the T249. Those are their primary weapons. We have secondary weapons like the Mouse and the Churchill and then the KV-4 and the Type 5, but those are secondary weapons. We don't have... We even have a secondary flamethrower in the TVP VTU and the Churchill Oki. But these are the first World War II secondary autocannon tanks. And they are ass. Not even Tubby. Even the top players. You get one clip out, and it's not going to change. Especially in the tier 7 here. So, that's... Alright. Yeah, there's secondary auto loaders, but not secondary auto cannons. So, here with this one, right? Your main gun is so bad, and you have 20-second downtime base between 330 clip of 51, which tier 7, 51 millimeters of pen. This doesn't go up as you go up in tier, so this is the best tank to use it because it does more damage than a single shot of your main gun, and at 51 pen is going to be the most useful at tier 7, 6, and 5 versus the tier 9 using it against 8s, 9s, and 10s. But man, it feels like you suffer in the alpha damage department and the DPM department for this 330 autocannon mag. And it's so dumb because the gun, that autocannon doesn't get any better besides reload as you go up in tier. It gets a 1.2 second better reload time, but stays 330 clip potential and 51 damage. And it's just like, what? And so you can tell that they really wanted the autocannons to, or the main gun to take a hit because of the autocannons, because this is just a Mutz, but it has 150 less DPM than the Mutz. It's got 0.3 or 0.02 worse accuracy than the Mutz. It has the same aim time, but it's less accurate and less DPM for an autocannon that does 330. So like the tier 8 actually might make the most use of it because it'll feel like you shot 3 rounds in the course of 2. But again, only if you can even pen the vehicle you're looking at. Also, look at this overly modeled fucking bullshit, man. Yay, spaced armor here, spaced armor there. That's not spaced armor. Spaced armor here, spaced armor there, spaced armor there, which I'm fine with because they're visual tracks, but like, damn, why are they even on there? But yeah, and then the 9, dude, I don't know, man. 2,100 DPM on a 390 Alpha 105 at tier 9. And you're, again, this autocannon's the same 330 Alpha bullshit. It doesn't get more damage. We don't, well, to be fair, for some reason they don't show the clip size. Maybe it gets more in the clip at the tier 9. That would be interesting. But you do get a faster reload, which tells me it's not going to be more in the clip. But 2,100 DPM. 2,100 DPM. There is not a single tank at tier 9 whose 105 suffers that much. I think the lowest we saw was the E50. Oh, yeah, this is close to the E50, 2,300. The E50 at 2227. I mean, even the premium gets 2250, which is over the E50. I just don't think the autocannon should have been taken into consideration this heavily on their main armaments. Ugh. It's so sad. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm wondering... I'm wondering if I load HE into the clips and just do HE chip damage. If they're even going to do anything against tanks that I know have more than 51 millimeters of armor. But the problem is, am I really going to... Oh my god! Oh my god, chat. Oh my god. Oh my god. What? Okay. I stumbled on something. Oh. Think they're scared of making the Brenna style vehicles from Cold War? Yeah, I think so too. So, because am I wrong in saying this? No, I don't think so. Hold on, let me look at an autoloader real quick. Okay, yeah. So chat. 2 things for the tier 9 in particular. Because the tier 10 doesn't suffer from this. The tier 9 is going to be even worse than you can imagine. And do you want to know why? Because it has an autoloader. Because these are autoloaders. Like, these are functionally just autoloaders. This tank will not be able to use a gun rammer or an ammo swapper. And do you want to know what I realized? This tank has Hesh rounds with 105. This is the tier 9 that we're looking at, with 105 millimeters of pen on its Hesh rounds. That's pretty good, and it goes to 480 alpha damage. So if you can pen with 51, you can definitely pen with 105. So what you want to do is switch to Hesh on a tank that you can pen with your autoloader. You're doing more on your main gun, you're giving yourself DPM, and you're getting that extra clip damage, right? So this tank will eat paper tanks. Wow, big deal, right? But the problem is, you have terrible DPM, and you won't have the use of an ammo swapper or gun rammer. So you won't be able to better this with a gun rammer, and you already have the worst DPM in the game for any tier 9 390 alpha medium tank, right? You have the worst DPM, and you can't better that with a gun rammer because you have a fucking secondary weapon that cucks you. And it also cucks you from being able to completely negate your reload time when you see a tank that you can pen with your Hesh rounds. So you want to do more damage, so you're going to have to wait that entire reload time when you swap. And then, oh, sweet, okay, if you get into the ideal scenario of I have my Hesh loaded and my clip reloaded, I can Hesh someone for 480 alpha damage, clip them out for 330, and then hit them again for 480. Good burst damage. That's still not even enough to kill anything, basically. Especially, and I mean, unless you're looking at like a Borsig. Right? So like you can, there's a way to get burst damage, but you cuck yourself from the equipment pieces you would want. Yeah, Nico, I would say so. So it's actually a blessing that the tier 10 does not get an autocannon, because you can swap to 140 Hesh rounds at 515 alpha with your ammo swapper. I might be running ammo swapper on this thing. And you can use a gun rammer, which, I mean, every other tank with similar or better DPM than you can also use a gun rammer, but so at least you can have a gun rammer on the tier 10, but more importantly, you can have an ammo swapper to swap to 140 Hesh rounds with 515, which is going to help your bad DPM. So maybe that's also what they were thinking about, which now makes me think that number I had in my head of 26 to 2700 DPM was right, because before I looked at the Hesh, when I was thinking about it, I'm like, why not give this thing competitive DPM since it doesn't have the autocannon? Why not give the tier 10 competitive DPM as a 400 alpha medium tank? Because now it's the only 400 alpha medium tank in the game, right? Because the Centauro is no longer 400. The E6 and the 120 limited patent aren't 400. The 121, 430U, and the UDAS are all 440. So this is the only 400 alpha medium tank in the game at tier 10. Unless I'm mistaken. And you give it terrible DPM. So even if this thing had like, so I was thinking give it 2900 DPM. It is a 400 alpha. Oh wait. I am mistaken. Just thought of it. The Chisel. The Chisel has 2668. And it also gets 140, 515. So why the fuck? Oh my god. So even with my breakthrough, chat, even with my breakthrough of finding... So this tank just has a fucking Chisel's gun. With better pen. Better premium pen. Now I see why someone was saying it's the Chieftain. A nerfed Chieftain. Because it is. It is. This is just a British tank. The new Cold War Knucklehead is a 5-shot burst tank and is also allowed to use both rammer and ammo swapper. Really? Is that a Cold War thing? Are autoloaders allowed to use rammer and ammo swapper? A 5-shot burst tank. When I look at a thing like a Kronvon or my Squall, you can't put It'll be interesting to see, Aaron, if the tier 9 can get ammo swapper or gun rammer. It'll be interesting to see. But it has not been precedented in World War II. In Cold War, it seems to have a precedent, but in World War II, it has no precedent so that this could get a gun rammer or ammo swapper. But again, that conversation is not even relevant to the tier 10. Whoever said it's a nerf chieftain, and I said, no, it's not, I don't see it, now I see it, and I apologize. It's literally a nerf chieftain. The man's got it on the nose. Terrible DPM. So, this tank is... wow. It's an Action X in terms of its camo and spotting capabilities. And it is a chieftain in terms of its gun, but with terrible DPM. And then it's all up to the armor at this point to make it stand out. Wow, dude. This is so sad. This is so sad. Of any tank line that Wargaming could have put out and that they're afraid of being good, Wargaming, you should have made your exclusive nation good. You should not have... Who the fuck play tested this on Super Test? That's what I want to know. How are Super Testers not... Like, oh, if I was a Super Tester, I'd be hounding them. I would be hounding them. I would actually be hounding them at this thing. The only thing keeping it potentially viable is, again, how thick the turret is and the fact that it goes 60 with a 21.7 horsepower per ton ratio. Which, I mean, even the Chisel gets 20.24 and goes 57. So, Chisel also gets 10 degrees of gun depression, has way better accuracy at 0.32. This thing's 0.36. You have Centurion levels of camo and spotting. You have the Chieftain's gun in terms of its penetration and alpha damage. But you have UDES level DPM for that. And then the worst part is you have 2000 HP. Which now there's so many medium tanks with more than that. So even if this thing is supposed to be like the heavily armored, can't get rid of me thing, 2000 HP. Which I'm fine with 2000 HP being its value. This feels like it should have been a 1950 tank back in the day. But like now 2000 is not the highest. So this is whatever. But damn, dude. Alright, we gotta get some games in, I guess. I can't believe what we're working towards. I actually can't believe what we're working towards. Oh, man. I was ready for hydropneumatic suspension. I was ready for a 440 Alpha gun. I really thought it was going to have a 440 Alpha gun, chat, because I thought it was going to be like the M5Y, but as a medium, with a 105 and a 120. And we still don't know if it's going to have a 105, because that stat's only showing us the fully upgraded gun, or the fully upgraded tank. So it totally could have a stock 105. And maybe, just maybe, chat, maybe, just maybe, the stock 105 has DPM and accuracy and all that stuff. But the problem is, I don't see it, because the Tier 9 has a 105 and it's 390. And I doubt they're going to put a 390 and a 400 Alpha gun on the same tank. Whereas the Tier 9 Yo had a 360 105 and a 440 120. So yeah, I don't think the Tier 10 is going to have a 105, chat. I don't think the Tier 10 is going to have a 105. So I like playing the UDES because of its hydrodynamic suspension. It's best in class concealment, but worst in class view range. Doesn't matter though. Best in class concealment, and then you know, hitting for 440 is nice. So I like playing the UDES even with its bad DPM. But when I play something like the 430U, I kind of struggle in most of my games because of its lack of gun depression and virtually its lack of armor nowadays. So like my brain right now is telling me I'm not going to like this Panzer 74 because it's going to feel like the 430U. But then I have to remember, it at least has gun depression on like the 430U, so it might play more like the UDES, but with Action X concealment. And then if I use an ammo swapper, I can run Hesh rounds. And so I feel like it's going to be a lot of work to make the tank feel good. It's going to be a lot of work I have to put into it. Putting on an ammo swapper, meaning I don't get to make use of optics, camo net, gun rammer, and vents like I would on the Action X. And then I have to sit there and hope to find people that I can pen with 140 from the front, use it accurately, and pen. And that's what I never like about HE rounds, is how inconsistent they are at penning. And if you don't pen, you're doing less than your alpha damage, even if you were using your standard in penning. So, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be the tank for me, but I'm going to try. And I want it to be good, so I'm going to like it. But I'm probably not going to do well with it, if I have to be honest. And that's my video on that tank, basically. Because I don't think I want to put out. Do I clip that up and do I put that out as a like a preemptive look at the tier 10? I feel like I did a lot of incoherent rambling that wouldn't make well for a video, and I kind of don't want to talk about it until I potentially review it as a tier 10 as a whole. I don't know. I'm just so, like, disappointed, man. So disappointed. I expected something. Like, with the stats that it has right now, too, if you gave it hydropneumatic suspension, I don't think it would be OP. Like that tank having 14 degrees of gun depression, especially since if the armor is not good enough to bounce at 10 degrees, it's not going to bounce at 14 because the turret goes with the hull. So it's not like my turret's going to get even better at 14 degrees. If it's not going to bounce shit at 10, that extra 4 wouldn't make a difference at not getting penned. Maybe Tubby, but I don't know. It's so close to the release date, and I maybe should, so that I could also promote the subathon in that video. So you know what, I might. We got your boy Crouton, and on Twitch there's a guy named your boy Hot Dog. Got the your boy crew. Yeah. Which, speaking of chat, I'm doing a subathon on Twitch on Tuesday, grinding out the tank line. Trying to do it in one stream. If I complete that challenge, I will make a special emote on Twitch, which I think we can use here too. This place has emotes, right? And also there's special badges on there, and I'll be doing a tier 10 tank review. It'll be my first Tech Tree tier 10 tank review, if we complete it. Yeah, YouTube has emotes too, if we make an emote for Twitch, I'll put it over here on YouTube as well. I kind of wish I didn't notice the Hesh rounds, because now I'm like, damn. I was totally thinking, like, since you're in Action X camo, that's pretty good. I'll use Camo Net and Optics, and then I could better my DPM and Camo Net and Optics as best as I can with Vents and a Gun Rammer. But now I have to choose something to take off for the Ammo Swapper. And I'm thinking it's going to be the Camo Net. Because I have the armor, I can forego the extra camo. Right? Since it looks like I have armor. Damn it. I knew I had to take that shot quickly. Wasn't quick enough. Oh, he's on the other side. Well, this is a shitty daily double. Yeah. It's not too shitty. What did I kill? Panzerknacker? Damn. Oh, Artie's already dead. I came around this way thinking I'd run into Artie. I should have known that this damn Panzer 7 or 5760 was an omen of what's to come. And the thing is, like, that game that this guy had looks pretty decent. But he could have probably gotten more in any other medium as well with 10 degrees of gun depression. What time you think of starting your texture grind? Usual starting time? Yes, 7 o'clock. 7 p.m. my time. We should be able to get through the tier 1 pretty quickly. I would go so bold as to say the tier 2 as well. And maybe even the tier 3 should all be done within an hour. If I'm good enough. If I'm good enough. Alright, let's finish the weekly challenges. And then I think I'll call it a night. I'll call it a night. Yeah, you never know. The tier 1 might be the hardest one to get through. For sure. You know what's also crazy too? I feel like there should be a skin for the tier 10, like, already. Right? Anyone else think that? I put this out a while ago. Swiss Battlefield support. There will be, they're going to have 2 3D commanders for the Swiss nation, and there's going to be Swiss camo. I like the leopard print camouflage. That looks cool as shit. Oh, I like this one. Do you like that one? So no urban camos. 2 winter camos. I like this one. And then I like this one, and I like the leopard print. So that's cool. There'll be emblems, inscriptions, and flags. These emblems look a bit much. More emblems. And those are the 3 marks. That's cool and all. Right? Leopard print. Hell yeah, dude. I'll be going as fast as my 30B right now. That's kind of crazy to think. Because that thing has turret armor. Apparently. Supposedly. Which makes me want to see... How much horsepower per ton does the 30B have? And it goes 65. So yeah, you'll be going basically as fast as a 30B. With speed equipment. Vanguard, spot the Thunder Chief, bro. Got to go and get proxy spotted by the beast's head, which means he's going to back off. I think it's time we just back off, too. Want to knock down this tree for later. Not going to sit in it now. It'll be more than 1.3 because of the horsepower that fuel and turbo will give you. So you get like 22, 23 horsepower per ton. And you'll go 66. shit, man. Yikes. What a fucking douchebag. Fuck you, CS. Damn, dude. Our team just couldn't fucking hold the corner and let us, like, snipe at him. Everyone had to fall back so hard and die so hard. Are you joking? Like, that 705A should not have died where he died. Oh my god, you're hull down. That's a joke, dude. That's a fat fucking joke. Whatever. Dude. Survive and earn. Well, 3 more games where I survive, and good luck with that. That means win, so. What's crazy, Nico, is the skin thing. PC has so many. And we took a bunch of theirs when we first brought skins into the game. Like, all the skins we brought in, we didn't make. The TVP, the Super Conk, the Patton, the 430U, the 140, the 277, the IS7. All those original skins that, like, were the first set of skins that came out, whenever skins came out, those were all from PC. And then we started making our own skins. And they got criticized at not being as good as PCs. And they went on the stream and said, well, we can't just copy PCs. It's not as easy as copy and pasting. Well, then how did we bring over PC's fucking skins then? How did we do that? How did we do that? And then we brought over some PC skins, but made them full-fledged tanks. Look at the Nemesis E100, the Teethbreaker STB1, and the Reaper's Scythe 430U at tier 8. Those are all PC skins for Warhammer, for Tech Tree tanks, and we literally copy-pasted those skins, 1-to-1, and then made them full-fledged tanks. Like, bruh, what? But yeah. There's so many PC skins that we could easily have. Like, I was really hoping the Minotauro skin would come out from PC. I really want that one, and we didn't get it. Or haven't gotten it yet. The Shipburn skin, I'm pretty sure, for Tankfest, that's a PC skin. That's a PC skin. And I can't control ads on the YouTube streams, to my knowledge, like I can on Twitch. What up, Buck? Come on. Alright, fine. I'll unspot you. Oh, shit. Shouldn't let that get away. And now he knows where he's being spotted from. Oh, I can turn them off completely? But they turn on by themselves? Fun. Just relying on my team holding the corner here. This guy's definitely gonna blind fire next time he's targeted. E4's pissed. Look at him. Look at him driving out in the open. Hello? It's not me he's gonna shoot in the ass. It's someone else. Now you poke over and take my kill, you bitch. Yo, heavy tank, spot E100, spot them, spot them. Kill the T10. What I need to do is, as much as I want to focus on more dangerous tanks, I need to get rid of tanks. Of course. I knew I was going to bounce APCR off of that. Oh my god, that's a Robodorn. We just need the damage number to give confidence to our team again. That's what we need to do. Now he's giving me his side. Still pen. Where'd the Robodorn go? Surely I can spot a Robodorn right here. Apparently not. There we go. Fuck off, STB1. Damn, dude. What? I'm being trolled. I'm being so trolled. Nice. You one shot? You're not one shot. Dude, what do I have to do to get a win? Alright, fuck you. Nice. Oh, what the hell? That's a fucking full health waffle. Oh yeah, I had to do so much. Still don't even get the win. I'm glad it didn't shoot there. Surely I get one more in. Dude, I can do 7,400 damage and still not win a fucking game. It's that fucking Rogel Dorn curse, bro. 4,100 damage block. It's literally the Rogel Dorn. The enemy team has a Rogel Dorn, and all of a sudden my team can't do a fucking thing, dude. It's actually so pathetic. It's actually so pathetic. The tank is not even that hard. It is not fucking hard to pen a Rogel Dorn. It has 2 Cupolas, 2 Sponsons, big side, big lower plate. It's only 180 on the lower plate. Why are people struggling so hard to get rid of this piece of shit 2800 HP garbage, man? And look at this 266 level Avery on our team. Fuck, man. I wish they capped me out and I lived so I could have made progress on my weekly challenge, because now I gotta play this fucking thing again. Jesus, man. I don't know if I'll be playing this game, Buck, but my third in Arc Raiders did just get banned for a month, and he swears he's not cheating. We have no clue why he got banned. He didn't say he was cheating, but he did just get banned for a month, so I don't know if they're going to even want to play anything tomorrow. Maybe we're back to Marathon, I don't know, but, so maybe I have time this weekend to play tanks off stream. Maybe. The Robo is easier to pen than the Lehman. I agree. The Lehman Russ is the better armored tank. And yet, for whatever reason, people see the I mean, the Rogodon has great guns. That is sure. And it's not slow for a tank of its size and armor and HP. I mean, it moves relatively, you know, it's faster than the Iron Fist, right? So it is a good tank. But, like, I don't understand why the community struggles so hard with it. It's not that good. It's the only tank in the game that I have. Did I do a 10k in the Leopard legitimately? I can't remember. I almost got a 2 10ks with the 114 while marking it, which would have made what I'm about to say wrong, but it's the only tank in the game where I've done 10k twice because of how easy it is. It's just trolly? It's not, though. It's not. You have the Sponsons and, actually the Sponsons are easier on the Lehman, I think. I can't remember which one's easier. But the lower plate's so big and easy. I don't understand what's so, like, I think people just don't know how low they have to shoot at it or something. I don't fucking know. People suck. That's all I know. People are terrible. Robodawn is easy mode for no reason. Literally no reason. What the fuck, 277? What are you doing, bro? Because of DMA? What's that? I really hit the dead tank's gun. I really hit that dead tank's gun, bro. Wow. Should just be loading heat here, I guess. Bright fucking red shots and just not penning. That's why I hate spamming heat. Bro, why can my team not hold a fucking flank? Alright, bro. I'm ass. I'm just terrible. Are you kidding me? Alright. I mean, today's session might end early. Holy fuck. This is unreal. There's just so much HP, nobody's doing anything. These fucking tanks just get to do whatever they want. It's like I'm playing a light tank again. Watching the enemy light literally do whatever the fuck they want. Alright, pro. I mean, I've done nothing this game unlike the previous one. And I low roll by fucking 35 and keep the Action X alive, bro. We have a 3 Mark T92. What up, Sully? How are you? What did you mean by could be banned because of DMA? I'll ask that again. Sully? Bad news, man. I don't think the Swiss tank's very good. Don't think it's OP. No, it's quite literally the opposite. It is probably the would I say it's the worst tier 10 medium? No. Because the 430U still exists. I think it can't be the worst purely because of 10 degrees of gun depression. I mean, that's keeping it from being worse than the 430U. Yeah, it's pretty down there. You got some insider info? No. They released the stats of the tank on the website. We looked at the whole tech tree. It ain't looking good, Chief. It ain't looking good. Valkyrie, what did you mean by he's probably banned by DMA, bruh? Motherfucker just doesn't listen to chat, I guess. No light tanks. Yeah, who knows, maybe. Do all the tanks look like crap or just the 10? The 6 looks good. The 7 looks terrible. The 8 looks like it'll be alright. The 9 looks terrible. The 10 looks pretty bad. The 9 looks especially terrible, but I mean, there's so many things that we still don't know despite quote-unquote getting the statistics today. And one of those is that they have autocannon secondaries. And because of that, their guns are just piss poor. But then the tier 10 doesn't get the autocannon secondary, and its gun doesn't seem to take a hit from... Or its gun still seems to take a hit like the rest of the line does, despite not having an autocannon secondary. I'm backing the fuck up. That means the Udez gets a free shot. That means the Udez gets a free shot. He missed. The fact that this mouse isn't using damage reduction is crazy to me. Because he'd be alive right now. I rolled him 3 times. He would be alive right now if he used damage reduction. Which in a super heavy vehicle, chat, you should be using damage reduction. If it's in the game, use it. Oh my god, everybody, let's just sit in front of him instead of... No way we're getting capped right now. Mouse, why are you turning... Fucking stop. Dude, I just can't see his face. Because... face hugging. They should have this. They should be able to defend this, right? Look left. Heavy. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way. Someone, stop, please, please, please. I need... Well, as long as I made 350 base XP, it doesn't matter. Okay, they stopped it. Forgot, it's not a win I need, it's survive and XP. Oh, the medium died below me? Damn. Jesus Christ, man. Man, I'm so glad I 3-marked to 30B and don't have to worry about my games in it anymore. Message retracted. A DMA is a cheat software that you put in a second PC that gives you the usual get, but it's not with your main PC. No, he's not a cheater. He's not a cheater. The man is too afraid to join the Destiny LFG Discord because he doesn't want, because it says, let this Discord access your email. The man doesn't trust anything on his PC. He's not making a whole nother PC and connecting it and doing all that. He would not trust that. So I doubt he cheated. But yeah, do all the tanks look like crap or just the 10? The 1's a 1, the 2's a 2, the 3's a 3. The 4 actually has great penetration, but the rest looks whatever. The 5 looks good, the 6 looks good, the 7 looks terrible, the 8 looks fine, the 9 looks mid as shit, and the 10 looks pretty bad. As for the 7 to 9, the 7, 8, and the 9, because they have autocannons as secondaries, I don't think they'll be able to use ammo swappers or gun rammers, which means the 9 with its HESH rounds is gonna have to... You can't use an ammo swapper, so like, oof. You know what I mean? Big fucking oof. Yeah. Now having an ammo swapper on a tank with HESH rounds. The 10 has 140 HESH. It's a chieftain gun, basically. They really... Let's be honest, chat. The Panzer 74 is a mercenary tank. Okay? The only thing that's not mercenary about it is the armor model. The rest, it's got Centurion Action X camo and V-range. And it's got the Chieftain's gun. So the tank's basically British, despite being German. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Why you cheat, bro? What up, Zorro? How are you? Good night, Tubby. Do you want to see a wicked blind shot? Like I took a shot in the dark and got the kill. Sure. Sure. Why move forward after he took the shot? Mouse could have just backed up and the guy would be dead. Because he probably intentionally wanted to block his teammates. An extra 1125 from getting all that spotting. Should have been his full HP. That's why I said, what the fuck? I wanted that shot. Autocannon secondary in World War II side. Yep, it's the first ones. And they're not good. 51 millimeters of penetration. Only 330 in the clip with a 3-second dump. They're not good. And that's fine. But what sucks about them is it seems like the guns took a huge hit because of it. It seems like the guns, the main armaments, took a huge hit because they have secondary autocannons. It's 330 alpha on the AP, 450 alpha on the HE, 51 millimeters of pen on the AP, 15 on the HE. No way. No way. I mean, it's not completely blind, but wow, you even shot while you weren't... What the fuck? What in the RNG fuck was that? It wasn't completely blind, but you didn't even aim in and see where the tracers were, so... You know what? It was completely blind. Jesus Christ. And you knew you were dead, so you had to take the shot. That guy's pissed. I know I would be. I'd be fucking fuming. Are you kidding me? No way this motherfucker just blind killed me like that. Living the dream? Hell yeah. What did you just do? Zoro, what did you just do? Your name changed. And I don't... There's alerts, isn't there? No hate mail from him? Wow. Almost every console guy in ARC is using it. AI, like the voice. Found a new addicting game that I've been playing. Vampire Survivors. What in the ad? What in the ad? Start playing it for 10 minutes and then look back at the clock and 3 hours have passed. Nice. That's what happens when I play on this thing. On the Switch. I start playing on that and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm completing my national decks. And then I look at the clock and it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Had a decent WotC session, can't complain. Nice, what'd you do? Thank you for the membership, I think I can say, despite the pop-up not happening. Now you get to be on the end of every video. Oh, AI aimbot for console? Great. Wonderful. Wonderful. Does it work through smoke? Because maybe that's why we've been getting shot through smoke a shit ton.
Let's go. We're not getting paid by the hour.
But he's not on console either, so he's not using that. How do you get AI aimbot on console? Thought consoles were safe. Wonderful. Shoots through smoke. I love it. I love that game. Arc Raiders is amazing. Truly, like, I like Marathon, and when I play Marathon, I like it. And I think it's a good game. Right now, they're suffering. Marathon is suffering right now from not only low player count, but like lots of bugs and issues from a simple event being added to the game, which is not a good sign. What in the heavy fucking lemming train? All right, chat. But when I play Arc Raiders, I think Arc Raiders is dog shit. Here's the thing. Marathon is a good PvP game. Arc Raiders is a good PvE game. Arc Raiders is like... Arc Raiders is fun if you PvE. PvEing in Marathon, the only thing to do is the Night March control room and the compiler, and they're fun to do. They're pretty fun, but you play Marathon for PvP. If you play Arc Raiders for PvP, prepare for the worst gambling casino feel ever, dude. You are literally gambling playing Arc Raiders PvP. What in the fucking... Can I get a fire off of this? Do I have a commander? Oh my god, and I'm getting spotting? Do I have a commander? How am I outspotting these guys? What's going on? I mean, it is a tier... I mean, they have bad view range, but I mean, a Highlander should have 400 meters base view range just to not have optics. This is why you put optics on your heavy tanks, chat. I just shot at a heavy tank in a heavy tank with a big 750 alpha round and didn't get spotted. Chat, put optics on your heavy tanks. People sleep on optics, man. See, no, see, I had to go so much closer for him to spot me. Wow, this gun's accurate. Do I have vert stabs on this thing? Sure feels like it. Mainly 10s, got 5, 6k, WN8, tier 10 games and sucked at lower tier. Become a CC and then you get it? Bruh. Yes, I heard him speaking. What? What did I ask? Arc Raiders is infested with cheaters, isn't it? Well, I assume many PC games are. Yes and no. Yes, Arc Raiders is infested with cheaters. Not... I mean, many PC games are, but not to Arc Raiders. Nice. Appreciate it. Good track. Fuck, man! I hate when that fucking happens. Oh, I do have a commander. Okay, thank you. Well, I figured that out after I got spotted. Fuck, man. I seriously hate when motherfuckers track a dude that I'm tracking. That I'm leading. So fucking annoying. Not only that, Sully, but like heavy tanks aren't lacking in view range. They're only lacking in camo. Most heavy tanks have 400 meters base view range at tier 10, which is nice. I mean, that's more than a Mana Core's 390, right? Or did we buff the Mana Core to 400? It's more than a T100 LT's 390, but the only reason the 100 LT is a good light tank is because of its camo value, right? So like 400 is good, and buffing that up means you can spot things. I think all those people who complain about, you know, bush campers and whatnot, I think they just don't know that they can spot even in a heavy tank. And you can spot even in most tank destroyers now, too, because everything's got fucking 390, man. It's so stupid and annoying. Come on, back the fuck up. Nope, has to get pushed. Where is the T-175? I should have had a 3. I'm actually so mad, man. That one E4 shot puts me in a mediocre game. Who says the E100 is the best sniping heavy? This thing is, dude. Look at it. Just kidding, chat. Don't snipe with a Chaug. No way he's AFK in the bowl, right? Uh-oh. It's a buck. Fan mail or hate mail, chat? What do we think? He might be telling us where he is. K8. Haha. Why'd he tell me that? Is he messaging everyone on the board? And I'm just second? Should have probably loaded a heat round if I have to fight this thing frontal. Come on, speed. He's got 10%. He's 10% of his tank or of his team's HP alone, chat. 1 E5, 10% of the HP. That's crazy, is it not? So they had 24,000 HP on their team. This guy's got 10%. Bro, pen the fucking guy.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Hell yeah, I tracked him. Oh yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Oh yeah. This guy's using the 750! What a gangster! He gets an invite to the regiment for that one. Was that the 155mm on the Foch? If he says no, I'm taking my invite to the regiment back. Yup. How well did he do? We gotta see how well he did. Look at that chat. You use a rare... Hell yeah. You almost did more than me. Beautiful. Look how easy it is, chat, to get my love and respect. All you gotta do is be a gangster. Who is Butter Your Muffin? Who is Butter Your Muffin? Who dis? We need one more game where we survive and win. Or survive and get 350 base XP. Let's play the Bzig. Let's play it. We like the Bzig. We played the Bzig. Bzig. Message me? I gotta message you? Boy. So what I know, Uncle Buck doesn't really do hate mail, but that's what I know. You guys know him? Just realized Uncle Buck is the guy from my clan. There you go. Who's Butter Your Muffin, man? We just let this guy in. Who's using the Fosh 155? That's the 155. What? Oh, Valkyrie says message me. I don't know why. Why do I have to message Valkyrie? I don't know why every time I see Joey Cameron, I'm like, that's Buck. But it's not. One pending friend request. Oh, that's totally a real person. I passed him up, did I? He was on there. Boy.
Let's get this show on the road.
Meow. Tit. Bruh. Oh, did he message you? Oh, is that what you meant? He messaged you? He said K8 as well to you? Whoa, the Hussars.
We lost the track.
Very lucky player right there. Very lucky player. He's not gonna do it again. Hopefully our team can save Valkyrie over there. Wow, I thought he came out a lot more. That was terrible. Yeah, fuck you. Uh-oh. Repair, repair, repair. Woo! 640. I think that was the 140 shooting me again. It's not surprising to me. You may think like that's pretty flat upper plate, but it's pretty thick. Ay ay ay. How lucky some people can be. Like, why'd my teammate have to die right there? Would have had such an easier shot. H-E me, you coward. Artie? Don't even, bro. Don't even start with me, Artie. Oh shit. Oh, looks like we lost this game.
We lost a friendly vehicle.
Ay ay ay, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? I let go of the trigger. I let go of the trigger so early. So fucking early on that shot. I let go of that fucking trigger so fucking early. I'm pissed. I'm fucking pissed. I'm so pissed. I let go of that trigger so fucking early, bro. Oh my god. I fucking hate this game, man. I truly hate this game. I fucking let go of that trigger so early, and the game still shoots my shot, bro. Like, oh my god, man. It's so fucking pathetic how badly made this game is. I'm done platooning. I think the game's fucking me because I'm in a platoon. I don't know who Buddy Your Muffin is. They're not saying anything in chat. But I'm done platooning. I want to play Blipzig again. Just want to get this one fucking game and get off. Fuck me, man.
Pull back. We're in over our heads.
That's not your friend? What the fuck is with you guys and your 183s shooting like you're fucking 100 mils, bro? There's two? Well, my game started. One arty. Yep. Big fucking guns. That's all this game is. There's no way we let these tanks get away with pushing.
The track is damaged.
Okay, never mind. They're just all gonna push. What in the fuck? I've never seen people sit all the way out there. Are we fucking serious right now? Why did their whole team come this way?
We've lost the track. We're immobilized.
Oh my god.
The ammo rack just took
Actually ridiculous. Being perpetracked by whatever the fuck that is. Wow.
sitting ducks.
Wow. I can't believe how many tanks came over here.
We fixed the track. Let's roll.
Like, this is unreal, dude. This is actually unreal.
Done for.
I have never seen that in my life, and of course, bro. Like, you're actually telling me they had 3 tier 8s run across, and there's still bitches back here. What the fuck? Fuck you, Udez. Oh my god, I can't play this game! The enemy team is playing like Cold War. The entire enemy team is just always sticking to fucking together, man. Holy shit! Can we play in different spaces? Is that possible? You're telling me all those tanks decide to just bum rush the corner? You serious? I simply wanted to get to the ridge, which you should be able to fucking do in this game. But no. Apparently not. I fucking hate this game. Fucking hell, since when does this thing have no gun depression?
Target is hit.
Was this asshole shot first, so I don't get the tracking damage for that?
Target is hit. No good.
Of course, there's a 704 back there, bro. Yeah, go Tortoise. Tortoise with the baby gun. Get in here. Alright, bro. Fucking double tap. If you weren't in my way, that guy would have been hurt. I hate people. I just hate inconsiderate fucking dweebs, man. This game is so fucking annoying. Piece of fucking shit garbage. Oh my god, man. This is where my E100 is. Of course I come over here when we no longer have view range because the medium's behind us. Tier 8 in a Tier 10 game. Having all that confidence in the world. E100 doesn't even shoot it.
Friendly vehicle destroyed.
This is ridiculous.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
This is actually ridiculous. That Death Star's still alive back there too.
We finished them off.
He counted my shots. Come on, team. Why am I lagging? Is it still fucking storming outside? Come on, team. We can pull this off. I hit his gun. You're fucking trolling.
Target penetrated.
Death Star shooting AP. Thank God he's missing my cupola. And we still lost the other side of the map. Oh my god. Truly incredible. There's the 100. It's a matter of seconds before they start getting shot in the side. And they decide
Enemy armor knocked
they
down.
can't push anymore.
We pierced their armor.
Alright. Maybe I get one more clip in. If this Death Star doesn't pin my cupola. There's the HE. Finally gave up. Gave up on the HE. Or on the AP. Okay. Well, come on, 780. Just give me the trade shot. You fucking pansy. You have all that HP, bro.
We're the only ones left.
Come on.
Finish this.
You have all that HP and you're still too pussy to fucking give me one shot, man.
We can't hold on.
Fucking pathetic losers, man. Pathetic fucking losers. He's not hungry enough for the kill. He's got to puss out and just leave. Bro, let's see how much that Death Star did. Nothing. Holy fuck, dude. Why are people so bad at this game? Why is it just like wholeheartedly my team every fucking game? Double Tap doesn't know how to play around his peers. Tortoise just fucking takes my spot. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. I don't even need to like get this weekly done today. I don't know why I'm trying so hard. I have a 33% win rate today. That's the lowest I've had in so long. This is truly incredible. All right, this is my last game. Win or loss, I don't fucking care. I don't need to complete my weeklies today. I really don't. There's no point. I don't know why I'm trying. I really don't know why I'm trying. Doing this without music too is a nightmare. Oh, wasn't there 2 clips and you just don't remind me? You don't remind me? Yeah, this game is unbearable without music, man. I'm surprised I lasted this long. That's why we don't stream on YouTube very often. The music is what keeps me sane. Because this is driving me insane. Like, it's just annoying when you're not playing bad, but I can't be on both flanks at once, you know what I mean? That's the annoying thing. Can't be on both flanks at once. "23 seconds. What sucks is, now that rapid loading's gone, they could like undo the nerf to this vehicle. Oh my god, come on! Brothers. I don't know what it is, chat. But there is so many people on the enemy team who just get to go into these weird-ass spots, and they just now get to sit there and be a nuisance to not only me, but my entire team, because nobody, for some reason, that 120mm couldn't poke to spot the standard B crossing. Instead, we just let him get there. Like, what the actual fucking inbred brain cell bullshit and is this nonsense? Like, please get rid of it. This is pissing me off so hard. And they're doing it in tanks that, like, shouldn't be able to do that either. And not, like... I'm so done. I'm so done. I'm so done. I get to watch clips of you guys fucking shoot 183s across the map blind and get AP pens on people. And I can't pen a standard B, and I missed the side shot of a T-57 heavy fully fucking aim. Like, what the fuck am I playing, man? What the fuck am I playing? Fuck this game. Truly, fuck this game. Fuck your clips, too. The enemy either gets to YOLO into positions that just screw us over, or they never poke anything. Like, it's two extremes, and it's always the enemy. My team just dies willy-nilly, loses flanks like crazy. It's actually so absurd. I have AP shooting Artie. My Artie's shooting AP at that fucking guy. I have 3 other fucking tanks on me. And we've lost the one line. We just gave up the one line. There's no one on the fucking one line. It's actually a miracle that I play this game. It's a fucking miracle. What are these fucking lobbies? And IS-4 just creeps up the one line for free, bruh. For fucking free. Oh, I hate this tank. Since when do I not have gun depression in this vehicle? Since when do I not have gun depression in this vehicle? He's already fucking looking at me. Okay. And then that one goes far to the right for no reason. What am I doing, man? My team's just constantly giving up the fucking map. I don't know what else to do.